Welcome, welcome. It's 2015. Happy New Year to you. And it's a new start for the ILFL Soccer Night show here with me, David Joseph. And we've got a full crew of pundits with us tonight to talk about everything that's going to take place right here, right now, and in the future for the Inner London Football League. As obviously we've got no highlights to show you. Your football starts again this weekend. But what we're going to do is we're going to take you back to the future, as they say, and we're going to look way down into 2015 for something where the planning is already taking place. The invites are being sent out, and people are setting their sights towards something which was a great hit for us last year. It was the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship. It's going to be taking place down in the south this year. It was in Milton Keynes last time, and now we've brought it here, home to London, as they say. Maybe not home because the champions are up there in Yorkshire, but they're prepared to come down and fight it out with the best of the best. Some new teams taking part in the tournament. It's the first thing we're going to talk about on the ILFL Soccer Night show, and I'm going to turn to Cameron Zaman, our chairman. Good evening, sir. Tell us the state of the championship at the moment, where we are with it, and what can we all look forward to?
As we know, it was held by MK last year, and they really set the precedence for this to be a successful project. 15 teams took part. This year, we're hoping for it to be 16 teams. Invitations have gone out to 25 teams, I believe, and I think we're going to see those names on the screen in a minute. There are 6 teams from the host nations, which are the ILFL, MK Galacticos, and Shapla League in Birmingham. And I just want to congratulate Northampton to be the first team to pay up not just the deposit, but the full amount.
Taking it
I hope they're watching now.
Taking it very seriously indeed. In fact, you can see all of those invited teams that are looking to take part. It's here on your screen right now. Maybe we can run through some of them now. I'll turn to you, Nanu, at the other end. Some new names, some new areas, and some old favourites in there. What can you tell us about some of these teams?
Well, which team do you want me to start with? Give me a name.
Well, do you know what? We've got a team coming from Portsmouth, Swansea as well.
Swansea, I mean, those are new teams. It is really difficult to say. As you mentioned, those new teams, they're always full of surprises. You can never tell what they're going to come with. Any team, even the existing teams, they could change. You know, new players come in, some of the old players go, there's some reshuffling. Some players exceed more than they did the previous season, and they make the whole lot of difference. So you really can't tell. Honestly, I don't want to say at this early stage which team is going to succeed. I mean, it's for everyone.
Just to add to what, a bit to Swansea, they were one of the last teams for us to approach, because obviously we didn't realise that somebody from that far out would be interested. But
okay.
they credit to them, they took it by the scruff of the neck, and they responded, and they said, yeah, send us the invite and we'll get involved. The last team to get involved was from Essex, our neighbours, Bunningham FC, and they seem very, very keen. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the second team to pay their full money and get involved. The winners from last year, as we know, or this year rather, are West Yorkshire. They've divided now into Bradford and Leeds, I believe. So we're hoping that they'll come in strength again, and they haven't diluted the quality in any way. But yeah, if we go down that list, every team is very, very keen. But unfortunately, we can only take 16, and 7 have already been given out.
Wow.
Because there are 4 from London as the host region. There's the Shapla League, there's MK Galacticos, and obviously Northampton have just paid up in full. So that only leaves how many? 9 more. Not many places.
Rash, I'm going to turn to you, and let's talk about the 4 London teams that are taking part again. Tell me a little bit about how you think London will do. I mean, like I said, it's not a given now that London will come out on top in these tournaments anymore.
I think London did well. Obviously, London Tigers made it to the final. The other 2 teams, Bournemouth and Bromley, in the qualifying stages, they topped the group. It's at quarter-final and semi-final, they got knocked out. So I think now that you're playing in London, I think there's extra pressure. The added pressure of it's in your own patch, in your hometown, you have to deliver. So I still think at least 2 teams will get to the semi-final from what I've seen with other teams, but obviously there's more time for all the other teams to prepare and gather. The advantage other areas have, they can select players within the whole area or the whole region, whereas in London we have a few teams who are fighting for certain players, etc. So I still think London team, at least will be favourite to at least get to semi-final, final like last year. but the pressure will be there to deliver, beat at the home patch.
The added attraction of having a tournament in London now, what can that now add to the whole tournament?
I think a lot of teams would love to prove a point to the London teams coming playing in London against London, because even at qualifying stages I saw a lot of teams up the game when they were playing against a London team, when they played Bournemouth, Bromley or the Tigers. To play in your own patch and beat a team, I think that'll give a lot of teams incentive, and for a lot of teams I think we're looking for the challenge, and hopefully we can be successful this year. Obviously one of the teams went to the final last year.
You've heard cameras say that 7 of the places have already been allocated, not many left. I know the London teams will think that it's a given that they will take part, and it may not be if some of the other teams show more of an increased interest. This is our chance now to put out a last plea, or let's put out a little sales pitch to those, for those who are still thinking about it, still not got themselves together. What can we say to them now, collectively?
Well, I think the 14, 15 teams from last season really, as part of our loyalty and commitment, they're the first priority. So they have a deadline of this Sunday to pay at least their deposit. If they can do that, they get the first pick of the crop. If not, then obviously it's open to everybody, and whoever pays upfront, they get in. And you know, I must say, David, the interest for this is immense. Even after us sending us the invites, there are people still, you know, interesting and saying, can we get involved? We're just holding them back, saying, look, we've already invited 25 teams. We can't. It's an invitation only, and there's a limited space. But within a week, we will fill all 16 spaces. So I would say the likes of Ipswich, Luton, who else was there? Coventry was there. Cambridge was there. I would say to you guys is, obviously, if you want to take part again this year, you need to really get your skates on, get moving. The event last year was fantastic. As we know, the final was held at the MK Stadium. It was a great venue. This year, obviously, we're trying to improve on what we delivered last year. So obviously, this year we'll have refreshments, lunch provided, and we are trying, you know, if we can, to get a Premiership stadium within London. It's a very tough ask because the competition in London is far more immense in getting a professional stadium than outside you know. But we are trying, and you know, we do have a few avenues that we can follow, and then we've got a few people working on it, so it's looking good. And the atmosphere, obviously, having all the group stages in Europe's biggest playing fields, Hackney Marshes, is also electrifying. You know, imagine 16 teams there with 22 players each, car park full. The whole atmosphere is going to be really, really electrifying.
It is. Everybody has had their say up here on the panel, except for one extra seat that we have, and looking very smart, I have to say, this evening. What can you add to the whole mix about the UK Bangladeshi Football Championship?
What can I add? A lot, to be honest, but limited time to say limited stuff. These sort of events, it's always a privilege to participate, and it's an honor as well. And I believe those are the teams who are still waiting. They should not wait anymore, because what Canberra says about Hackney Marsh, before it was divided into 2 sections, like when New Spitalfield was built, I played there on Hackney Marsh when I was a kid, or in my teens, and the atmosphere is electric, I have to say. So playing in that field, there are many legends who actually came through Hackney Marsh, as well as, you know, like they've worked for Edward on Hackney Marsh. There's so many, who can I name? And there are about at least 50 top legendary players, you know, they came and participate. And especially to arrange one of these events, you know, like UK Championship, as you've said, it's so interesting, and it's really make me really proud that, you know, like something is going on like that, such as like people come from Wales, South Coast, you know, Midlands, etc., etc. You know, these are the things, you know, you don't get every day or every month or every year. But if you miss, you can't imagine what you're going to miss. That will be my message on all these teams who has been still thinking about, or who are still thinking about it, not what to do. And there's no limit, there's no time. I mean, they should just simply come forward and, you know, participate in this. And I'm sure they will enjoy all the way. As Chairman said, you know, like there are a lot of other things that have been providing, will be provided this year. and they should not miss anything,
It
to be
does
honest.
have the feel that it does have a sense and all already that this could be an even bigger tournament. Great, like I said, great tournament up in Milton Keynes. It could
is
be an even
indeed.
bigger tournament.
It is indeed. As you can imagine, like Milton Keynes and what Cambridge says, if we can possibly get a Premiership stadium for the final, which is unlikely because I really understand the system and the pressure
And the
to the
dynamics,
Premiership.
yeah.
You know, like it's not just one organisation is approaching about this, and especially in London, 100 of them, but nobody these sort of events, you know. But who knows? You never know. We might have better luck. We might get it, and I think they should take this opportunity not to miss.
Absolutely, it is, and it will be the biggest tournament that will be hosted jointly with other organisations, but primarily by the ILFL this summer. We will be talking more about it as the shows go on, as the weeks and months go on as well. Should just tell you in the show as well that we will be talking about the football that's to come for you, the bread and butter football that starts again this Sunday for you, your league football. There is a cup tournament as well taking place this Sunday, and we're also going to talk about the Vet League as well. Nanu, just give everybody a taste in 30 seconds what we can see on Thursday.
Okay, on Thursday you'll see the inauguration or the beginning of the Winter 2015 Veterans League. It will be in Mabley Green, and it will be 40 minutes long as well, each games. I know there's some news that went out that each game will be 30 minutes, but that's now changed. We're back to 40 minutes.
More football, more football.
Fantastic news for everyone.
Okay, that's it. That's all coming up in the second and third segments of the show. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. We'll get more talk from the boys, and we'll see you back here on ILFL Soccer Night after this short break.
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night।